Welcome back. It is 1609, last year of this decade. So exciting. In the last one, we had Elias age up into a teenager. We had Isabella is almost finished with her music aspiration. Sophronia and Hughie doing their thing, trying to take care of Theta. Theta, who is, having a romance with Juan, who has just finished dealing with his brother Jose by utilizing Marie's problematic nature. So this year we have a few birthdays. We have Giselle Waldrick becoming an infant, no 8 or 16. Ooh, ooh, Giselle. That's a shame. Bertram Waldrick II, no 7, 14 or 19, becoming a toddler. Humphrey Dubois III, no 2, 4 or 6, becoming a child. Constance Venian, we agreed to allow our reincarnation to live until she reaches the point in which she was in her previous life, which is in the teenage years. So, she will have to roll for her next birthday, but she will live right now. And will she get married? I hope so. No, 1 through 5. She will. And how many babies will she have? Oh, none. She won't have any babies. Constance. Well, who knows? Maybe something will happen. We weren't going to give Yasmina any babies, and yet she snuck one in behind our backs. Was it Yasmina? No. Who was it? Hold on. um, it was whoever had Humphrey. Sorry, it was our sister, but which sister of ours was it? Celestria. Celestria. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. That doesn't matter. For our townies, we have one birthday this year, and it is Juan's. Actually, he's becoming an adult. So, I think I'll move him over to the spreadsheet. But anyway, over to this part of the spreadsheet, since we are, as you have probably gathered, we are going to have Juan and um, Theta eventually get together. So that's fine. All right, I think that should be it. So let's hop into the game. All right, so here we are in our household. I didn't think that the update was significant enough to mess up my mods, but I guess it was. So actually, you'll notice a couple of times we do have to restart the game because my mods are doing a thing, and I couldn't figure out which mod it was. So I have to do some research on that and figure that out. But anyway, it's Harvestfest, which is Thanksgiving, which did not exist in this time period, but we're going to pretend it's some other random holiday. And the family is going to get together and do their thing. They're going to see the gnomes here and try to appease them because for some reason they are in a bad mood today. But yeah, just having the family kind of spending some time together, doing a holiday thing, enjoying each other's company. So that is what's going on. Of course, my Sims are disappearing as well, as you know. Another thing that goes on in my life. So we're just making the Harvestfest meal, and then also on the sly, we are going to have it so that someone, probably Hughie, to be honest, is going to invite over none other than who Juan. Juan is the right name. And that's what happens when all your kids have J names. So he invited over Juan, and Theta is kind of surprised to see him. But as you know, last time Hughie and Juan had this, time together where they met and they plotted against Jose, and they were actually able to get him ousted and everything. So Juan is now back in the running for Theta's hand in marriage, which Hughie does want her to be able to get married because she wants to get married and have a family and everything. It's just that she has, not a lot of options given some of the things that have happened in her life. So we invited him over. The other two are here. You just can't see them. And we have Juan, being friendly with everyone getting along well. Theta is a little confused, but she's actually really happy that he came and that everyone's getting along and that things are looking good. And so she's like, just going to ask him, hey, can we step aside for a minute? Like, can I talk to you in private here? So can we have a conversation about what's going on here? So they're going to go over into the living room and we're going to have this conversation together where she's going to be like, what's going on? Like, I thought we already talked about this. It's just too much drama for me. And he's basically going to tell her, you don't have to worry about Jose anymore. You do not have to worry about him. Um, he's been banished from society. He's not going to bother you again. I want to make sure that you know that you're safe and everything is good and taken care of, and we can finally be together. And so she's actually really happy to hear that, but she's still a little like, okay, well, that's not like the only issue in my life. And so, basically he's just like, look, I really love you. I adore you. Our relationship bars are like up all the way. And I want you to be my wife. I want to have a family with you. I want to have a life with you. And I love you very much. And I really want this to work. And you just need to tell me what I can do to make you feel better about the whole thing. And Theta, like, while she initially was just kind of seeing him as a means to an end, in a way, like a way to get it so that she could get married despite her issues. She's actually really come to develop deep feelings for him. And so because of that, she agrees that they can, kind of not restart, but like reset to where that they were before the issue with Jose, and that they can be together and try this thing out. So that's what they're doing. And then we got invited by Humphrey over to his house, and I think that Humphrey also wants Huey and Clarice to reconnect with each other. They have a really bad relationship, and I'm not even sure why. I don't know what happened between them, but they have a really bad relationship. But he just adores her so much. Like, that's his daughter. That's his only child. He adores her more than anything else in the whole world. And so he really has kind of seen that he needs to step it up. And so he's trying really hard to talk to her, to spend time with her, to, get back into her good graces. He really wants that. So he feels very strongly that he needs to figure things out with his daughter and spend that time together. And he is going to keep trying no matter what. So that is something that's really important to him. And he, that's his only child. That's someone he wants to have a good relationship with. And she has had 9 kids. Not all of them have survived. Well, she's on her 9th and her final child. So he's just going to come back here. We can't see her right now, but she is there. They're playing chess together and trying to, you can see that their relationship is getting up slowly but surely, and maybe like over time they'll be okay. So he is very happy about being able to have the opportunity to spend time with her and try and get it going on. So that's what's going on there. We're going to head home now. It is like already the next day. So what I'm actually going to do is head into another household, because we're going to do a couple of different households today. And so the household we're going to enter in is the De Mohun family, which is where we have Marie and William and all of them. And actually we're going to play with Elias for a moment, because he is a member of our family and he should be paid attention to. So here is Elias, and he is going to head out because I can't get anyone to hang out with him. So we're just going to send him out. But Elias is a cheerful love bug with a criminal aspiration, which is just so funny to me. But anyway, he's cheerful. He's a love bug. So I think that fits perfectly into his personality, is that he would, fall in love head over heels with someone just like upon first meeting them. He is definitely in love with love and everything. So he is just out here. He was exploring the ruins a bit, kind of having a day hike, enjoying his time, and he's just playing in the water, even with all his clothes on. And you can see that like he is going to start getting cold. He is definitely getting cold. He should not be swimming in this temperature, but he is. He's just having a good time. And so he's just floating around, having some fun, not really realizing that he is going to get frostbite or something. And so over at the bridge, none other than Ismay Howard kind of walks by, and she sees him in the water, and she kind of like shouts to him like, what are you doing? What are you doing there? Like, what are you doing in the water? You're going to freeze to death. And just kind of, comes over to him to scold him in a way, because she's like, what are you doing? And so he comes out of the water and he comes to see her, and he starts chatting with her, and like, he's just casual about it. He's like, I was fine, everything's fine. And so she's like, here, come under this like covered area so that you can keep warm from the rain and everything. And he's just like, it's insta love for him. He's like, wow, you're great, like you're awesome. And he just like immediately is smitten with her because she's kind of spunky, but she's also really caring. And so he is immediately kind of enamored by her. And look how fast their relationship is going up. It is going up so fast. They're like good friends in 2 seconds. So I think that there is a compatibility there. So he's like immediately like, wow, like you're amazing. Like, and he starts flirting with her, and she's really flattered by it. And she's like, oh, well, like, there's this handsome young man that suddenly is flirting with her. And so she thinks that that's really cute. And so they're both just kind of enjoying each other's company and getting their romance up also very quickly. But, he kind of leans in for a kiss, and she's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. First off, I'm a proper lady and you can't do that. And second off, she tells him that she is actually already engaged. And so while she finds his attention very flattering, she is not, crossing any lines with him. So he's just like, that's okay. Like, he is totally going like full on Gregory Bridgerton. I don't care if you're engaged to somebody else. And, just going to be smitten with her. So next, we're going to head back to our house for a little bit. It's already like nighttime, so I'm just going to stay in the house overnight. But yes, Elias has fallen in love with a taken woman. And then we're just going to finish Isabella's aspiration right now. We're just going to get that. She just has to mentor for 3 hours, and then she's all set, and then she's done, and we can just mark that off on the spreadsheet. And then, yeah, aspiration completed. Update that. And I don't know, did it already pass me by and I just like totally didn't notice? I got a notification that Jose died. Like, Jose Verduzco died. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm not saying that Juan had anything to do with it, but maybe he did. We might never know. I mean, I could also see Jose, like, getting drunk at the tavern and, like, wandering out into the street and getting hit by a cart or something, too. His life was in shambles. Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah. I was wondering when that was going to show up. But yes, he died. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe, like, that is so perfect. I mean, it's awful, but it's perfect. Because, like, he just got ostracized from society. Like, it totally makes sense that something would happen to him to make him disappear because nobody's watching out for him anymore. So I was just like, whoa, this guy, this guy has just died. And it could have been to something to do with Juan, and we don't know. But I'm just saying, could have happened. We don't know. So next, we just have the family all chatting. Theta is in good spirits again. Everyone is having a good time. So we are going to have Isabella invite over William and Elias, who are her besties. They were the kids that are around the same age as her, that were living in the same house as her. And so they are her besties, and we are going to all go out together and hang out. So she is also, like I said before, she is a snob. She has a mean streak. She has the irresponsible trait already. Like, this girl is going to be a hot mess, and I am here for it. So yeah, they're all going to go out and to play games together and hang out and have a good time. She likes the attention. She likes that she's their precious, sister, not sister, kind of. I mean, she's not William's sister, but you can see now where some of the bugs are coming in because of my mods. You can see in the top left corner, I had like a bunch of weird things when we were doing the hangout. And then I went into build mode and came out of build mode, and then the baby was born. And so the baby was born. The baby did survive. It's a boy. We're going to name him Bernard. And then when I go out of build mode, my game, like, the bar on the bottom is gone, so I had to restart the game. That's going to happen at least once more. I thought it was because the baby was born and everything was going on, and like you can see, look at the top left corner. I have to figure out what mod is doing that. Oh my gosh. Sometimes playing with mods can be such a hassle, but I love it too, though. So anyway, they're all hanging out and playing games, and so Elias is, of course, telling his friends, like, oh my gosh, I met the most beautiful girl, and I'm in love, and I can't believe it, and Isabella's like, well, that's nice. Like, I think that she kind of doesn't like that, like, he has his attention on someone, but, like, also, she is happy for her brother. She does want him to have everything that he should get. And so they're just chatting, and William is like, Mom is not going to be okay with that. Like, the Hobards are not someone that she wants to associate with. Blah, blah, blah. Like, especially after some of the issues that they've had in the past where Camille has, like, now snubbed Maurice in her attempts to get William married off to Joya and just, like, all this stuff. And so he's like, Mom's not going to like that. And Elias is like, I don't care what Mom likes or doesn't like. Like, it's going to be the rest of my life that I have to spend with this person. I'm not going to let her decide it for me. And Isabella's kind of like says to William, like, well, are you going to let her decide for you? And William's like, well, like, he's like all stuttering and surprised about the question, because he's like, well, I'm gonna decide, but like, she can help me because she knows things, because he's like, he is a little bit of a mama's boy in some ways. I think he understands some of her faults, but at the same time, like, he's willing to still see her as his mother and like go to bat for her. So they're having these conversations, and they're spending the time together, and Isabella kind of low-key is bashing Marie in the conversations where she's like, well, you should decide for yourself, like, you can't let her control you, all this stuff. So anyway, they're having conversations and just hanging out, and Marie is of course going to be a problem for both of her boys. So I think Isabella knows that, like, she knows her and her family know better than anyone. Like, even Elias is still treated nicely by his mother because he gets to inherit something, and then also, you know, is someone who can do something for her, I guess. So anyway, also, I'm going to start with the birthday stuff, but we're not going to finish with birthday stuff. So if you usually click off when we start birthday stuff, you don't have to right now because there's going to be more to it. But also, it's been brought to my attention that apparently Hugh Reed does, in fact, have a title. So whoops. And I guess I'll just say that maybe he like lost a lot of his money after his wife died and everything, and they like, he's not a very rich title holder or anything. He doesn't have like any land or blah blah blah. So he has some money and stuff, but he's not like top tier. So we'll go with that, and it can still work for our plot line. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to the Waldrick family, and we're going to have, unfortunately, Giselle Waldrick does pass away, and then we want little, I believe it's little Bertram. Yeah, little Bertram is becoming a toddler, so I'm just going to make a birthday cake for him because we are here, and also I was going to try and wait a little bit for her to go into labor before I then cheat her to go into labor. So that is the birthdays here. We have Giselle Waldrick passing away, and then Bertram Waldrick the second becoming a toddler. And then the baby will be born before the end of the year is out, and the baby is a girl. I think I named her Emma, and she does survive, but she doesn't get a picture or anything because she is still in the infant stage by the time the year is over. So then we're going to head out, and we're actually going to head over to get the pictures really quick, and then there he is. And then in the Dubois family, we have a picture of little Humphrey the Third. And then we're going to head to the Dubois family because we need to age up Bernard. Age up Bernard, and they're all done having babies now. So the Waldricks are the only ones right now having babies, although we have a few couples coming together. I really should, whose birthday? Hold on, I gotta think now. When is my daughter's birthday? Okay, Isabella's birthday is in 1614, which means she has 6 opportunities to have babies before we move, because we really need to get an heir going for when we move to America, because it is not good. They like half of them die in the first year, so that is going to be really bad for us. So we're not going to focus on that, but we are going to do our best to make sure everybody lives. We'll see what happens. And yes, so I just wanted to quickly get some stuff in here for Constance's birthday party. So I did want to age up Constance at a little party. Of course, her house is empty, so I'm just trying to quickly do this, and I had to restart my game, and then the baby was born, and the baby survived. And anyway, so the reason I wanted to come and have Constance's birthday party is because Constance was so meaningful for us before, and this is her reincarnation, and I just really love that, we have her back in our lives, and she ages up into a teenager, and I'm really excited about it. And actually, you guys, she rolled to be romantic. So I gave her the soulmate aspiration because I just really feel like in her last life, I think that not being able to get married and fall in love with what's his name, and have that connection and everything, I think that that's something that she really felt like she missed out on. And so in her next life, I love that she is going for it. She is going to find the love of her life and have lots of babies and really live the life that she should have lived. So I'm really excited about that. I am worried that she'll fail her young adult role, but we're not going to think about that. We're going to think about how great a life she's going to have and how wonderful it's going to be, because this is her second chance and she deserves it. She deserves this chance, and she deserves the happiness in her life. So that is what we have here. And then I think that that's it for the birthdays. Let me just double check everybody. Giselle Waldrick died. Bertram Waldrick II is a toddler. Humphrey Dubois III is a child. Constance Finian is a teen. Jose Verduzco died, and Bernard Dubois is an infant. Yep, so those are all of our birthdays. Next year, we have, obviously some baby birthdays. Humphrey's birthday, but nothing in our main household. So we're going to continue on. Of course, we do need to start thinking about Isabella's love life. So we are definitely going to start getting into that next year. I'm very excited about it. She's going to be a disaster, and I love her for it. So that'll be great, and I'll catch you in the next one.